to another video. I hope you've been keeping so very well. I am so excited to be vlogging for the next few days and bringing you along for a few days in my life. I have recently returned home to northern New South Wales. I spent the past 5 weeks down in Melbourne having my surgery and then having my recovery, and yeah, it was honestly kind of like a life-changing experience. I feel like having surgery and the time recovering really gave me a lot of time to think about my life, gave me a lot of perspective. I'm feeling a lot of gratitude. I feel like I felt a lot of gratitude before, but the amount of gratitude I feel now is just like entirely unmatched. And yeah, I'm gonna sit down and catch you up on the whole experience, how my surgery went and all of that kind of stuff, and also bring you along for a few days in my life this week. There have definitely been some challenges too, but again, I feel like those challenges have given me the perspective on things, if that makes sense. Anyway, I will talk about that later, because if I start talking about it now, I will just start rambling for a long time. This morning I went to a cafe. I got myself an iced chocolate on macadamia milk. I also got this, they had this chocolate tahini cookie sandwich thing, and I love chocolate and tahini together, and I was so intrigued, so I decided to get that to try. And then I also got myself a plain bagel, because I don't have any bread in the house, but I do have pickled onions, some tofu scramble and some avocado, so I needed a vessel for all of those things for breakfast this morning. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I honestly am having breakfast quite late this morning. I'm pretty hungry. I usually eat pretty early in the morning, but it's 9:30 right now and I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'm hungry. I'm gonna get into preparing this breakfast, and then we'll catch up about everything that's been going on, and I'll give you all the details. Wow, yeah. Okay, so today I really wanted to give you an update on how my surgery went, and just like what the experience was like with my recovery and all of that kind of stuff. I'm sort of on a bit of a journey with my recovery at the moment when it comes to like getting back into moving my body and routine and stuff like that, and I really want to cover that in another video, because I feel like I've learned so much about my relationship with my body through this experience, and I need to dedicate more time to talking about that. But when it came to my surgery, I went to Melbourne to have my surgery because my doctor is in Melbourne, and as well as that, my mum is in Melbourne and I am from Melbourne originally, so I have a good support system there. And I also was able to stay with my mum during my recovery, which was really wonderful. So I went down to Melbourne. I went in to have my surgery on a Friday, and if you are like new to my channel and haven't heard anything about my surgery before, I will leave a video linked below where I explain like the journey before surgery of like how I ended up getting diagnosed and what I was having and all that kind of stuff. But essentially the goals with the surgery were to remove my fibroid from my uterus and check if I had any endometriosis, and then remove it if it was present. And so I went into my surgery on a Friday morning. I was in surgery for 2 hours, and basically what ended up happening is I had a laparoscopic surgery, which is keyhole, where they looked for endometriosis. They didn't find any endometriosis, so I don't have endo. And then after that, they were looking laparoscopically at my fibroid, and they ended up needing to do an open myomectomy, which is a similar cut to a hysterectomy or a C-section. So it's an open surgery, and they removed the fibroid from my uterus that way, and they didn't have to remove my uterus. I didn't have a hysterectomy, and my doctor was really pleased with the way that she was able to remove the fibroid, and so I'm just very pleased that the fibroid has been removed from my body. It was very interesting because I, you know, for a long time I've had really bad periods, and I just didn't think I fully fathomed how badly this fibroid was affecting my body in so many different ways. I've definitely seen how having it removed has changed a lot of things, and even though I'm still recovering and still in bits of pain and definitely things are ebbing and flowing, I still notice that I feel so much better. So it's very interesting. My doctor showed me a photo of the fibroid, which I'm not going to share publicly. This is like blanket statement. I'm not going to share it publicly because it feels super private, and also it is a photo of a thing that was removed from my body, so you know, people don't need to see that, but basically it was quite big. I think it was 11 centimeters by 10 centimeters by 8 centimeters it was like round. So I know that this is like not a good scale right now, but it's kind of like if it was like this but round, if that makes sense. So thinking about that like being in my uterus and like seeing that photo was so validating for me, being like, oh my god, like this thing has definitely been affecting me. It's like a big mass that was just like in my body, pressing on things and affecting my menstrual cycle and all that kind of stuff. So yes, good result from the surgery, getting the fibroid removed. Before I went into the surgery, I was definitely very emotional, and it wasn't from a fear of like what's going to happen, you know, am I going to have a hysterectomy, am I not, like blah blah blah. Like I felt very safe and very like, you know, whatever the results are, things are going to be okay. I'm getting the fibroid removed, which is like the main thing that I was really like, this is what I need to move forward right now. But after the surgery, I was way more emotional than I expected to be, and in a lot more pain than I expected to be. And I understand that this might sound silly to people who like have been in hospital before, have had major surgery before. I definitely just like did not do enough research on what a myomectomy was like. And yeah, I was definitely quite confronted by the amount of pain and the lack of mobility that I had. I got back to the room and my boyfriend was there, and then my mum came from work shortly after, so it was really, really nice to have them with me when I was sort of like processing everything that had happened. And then I ended up being in hospital for 3 nights, which again was longer than anticipated. And I was, yeah, basically for like the first few days in hospital, I really struggled like getting out of bed. I always had to have a nurse help me. I had to have nurses help me go to the bathroom and have a shower, and it just definitely was, yeah, more difficult than I expected in that way. And for me personally, who I feel like I'm like a relatively independent person, I found that to be like, whoa, like this is actually quite like a vulnerable experience for me, and learning to just be comfortable in the fact that like I really, really needed help, and also the fact that I didn't feel physically or emotionally in a good way. And I was like bawling my eyes out to these nurses as they were trying to help me go to the bathroom and walk. And I don't know why I feel so emotional right now, like recapping this, but probably is the most vulnerable experience I've ever had in my life, to be honest. But I definitely learnt a lot about it, and I also just like the nurses that I had were incredible. And in particular, I had one nurse who was just like so patient and so loving and so nurturing, and she was with me at like the hardest point when I was like just freshly out of my surgery, and she was the first nurse to like help me go to the bathroom and stuff. And I just like have so much gratitude for her in particular, but also all of the nurses, and also my doctor, who just like did an incredible job and has just been wonderful. So then after the 3 nights in hospital, I was able to go back to my mum's place, and my mum and my boyfriend were looking after me. In particular, the first week, my boyfriend was, you know, waking up like 3 times a night with me to help me get out of bed, cooking everything for me, helping me get dressed, like all that kind of stuff. It was definitely like, recovery was way harder than I anticipated it to be, especially in like those first 2 weeks. I was like, I cannot believe how much pain I'm in, and I also just can't believe how amazing women are. Like I can, but it was just like a whole new fathoming, to be honest. And I feel like it was a whole new fathoming of so many different things that I'm like still processing. But yeah, it was very, very vulnerable. Vulnerable is definitely the key word here. My boyfriend is seriously the most amazing man, and I have, why am I getting so emotional right now? Ooh, my boyfriend genuinely just took like such good care of me. It made me feel so loved, so beautiful when I was not feeling good at all. And I think the word is safe, just like fully safe to express everything. And then my mum as well just took like such amazing care of me, and I had so many friends and family that came to visit and were checking in with me and making me feel really loved and supported. And like I already had a lot of gratitude for the people in my life and the wonderful, wonderful community of people that I have around me, but somehow that has like completely blown out and grown so much now that I just have such a deep gratitude for the people in my life who continue to show up for me and are just wonderful people, and I'm very, very grateful. So yeah, it was definitely a tougher recovery for like the first 2 to 3 weeks. I was very emotional, all over the place, didn't feel like I was making much progress physically. And then I hit this point where I just like turned a corner, and it wasn't even like I noticed myself turning a corner, but I reflected like, I feel like on that day I just started feeling emotionally and physically a lot better, and the recovery has just sort of progressed from there. And you know, at the beginning, like when I was recovering, I remember saying to the nurse when I was like trying to walk to the bathroom, being like, I literally can't do this, like I'm in so much pain, I cannot do this and like get through this recovery, is what I was alluding to. And it's interesting because now that I've got through it and I'm feeling like emotionally and physically a lot better now, I'm like, if I ever had to go through that again, I know that I have the support system and I have the mental and physical ability to get through that now. Which is very interesting how adaptable the human body and mind can be. Yeah, overall, the amount of gratitude that I have for everything in my life has deepened so much, not only with like having surgery and realizing how amazing my body is, and I'm so lucky to be in a healthy body, to have the ability to be creative. Having that month off work of really being present with myself made me like really realize, like, you know, I love making YouTube videos so much. I literally love so much about my life that I just like feel like has become so normal to me that I'm like, oh my god, why am I not stopping to smell the roses? You know, that's been like a whole fathoming, which I feel like I'm just gonna have to get into it in like another video. And I really in particular want to talk about how this has changed my relationship with my body, but I am gonna save that for another video. I'm still on my road to recovery in terms of the fact that, you know, I'm still not fully mobile like I was before, but I am really getting there. My progress now, I'm at almost 6 weeks post-op. How I am now compared to how I am a month ago is like a completely different person. I have an intense amount of gratitude. That's like the best way to describe it. And if you have any questions in particular, because I know that there's so many things I probably left out, feel free to comment below or message me privately if you'd like to. I'm more than happy to like talk about the experience, but yeah, definitely just like, wow, can't believe that happened, can't believe that was an experience that was had, can't believe how lucky I am to have been able to be privileged enough to have that fibroid removed from my body. And I'm looking forward to seeing how much better I'm going to continue to feel, and yeah, seeing how this continues to change my life, because it already has changed my life a lot. I know I can be like a little bit like, oh my god, this is the best thing that's ever happened, blah blah blah, but like genuinely I just feel like this experience has changed my life in more ways than one. Good morning. I just had the most beautiful sleep. I woke up to this beautiful cool breeze, and I could hear the birds and the ocean, and wow, it was just a lovely way to wake up. It is seriously such a beautiful day outside today. I woke up this morning to like the sound of the birds, and I could hear the ocean in the distance, and I could feel like this beautiful like summer warm but also kind of brisk in a way air coming through the window. And it was just one of those mornings where I like woke up naturally to those feelings and those sounds, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's gonna be a really beautiful day. And it is. It's gorgeous outside today, and I just love the autumn time here so much. We're not in autumn yet, we are still at the end of summer here, but it's starting to cool down just that little bit. The ocean is still really nice and warm, and we get these like cooler mornings and cooler evenings, which are really nice. nice, especially because it is still really hot during the day. So yeah, I'm just like so excited for the autumn time. It's my favorite time of year, and I was really feeling that this morning. Anyway, I was about to say that I'm gonna get into the kitchen and do some cooking, which I am gonna do, but I am already in said kitchen. And I want to say a big thank you to my friends at Squarespace for sponsoring today's video and making this video possible. I have been hosting my website with Squarespace for almost 4 years now, and I absolutely love it. Every time that someone asks me or says to me that they are looking to start their own website, I always recommend Squarespace because it's genuinely so ridiculously user friendly, especially for someone like me who I'm not like a super tech savvy person. I find it so easy to use, and I have designed and redesigned websites using Squarespace many times over the past 4 years with such ease, and yeah, I really enjoy doing it. Personally, I especially love the blogging features because using the blogging features, I'm able to upload loads of delicious vegan recipes onto my website for you to be able to check out if you would like to. But if you are ever looking to host or design your own website, I highly recommend checking out Squarespace. As well as that, they have some really great features to be able to have your own online store and to be able to track the orders coming in and track the orders that have been sent out as well. If you do want to check it out, you can go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, you can go to squarespace.com/AmandaDux, and you can use my code, which is AmandaDux, and it gets you 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Okay, so when it comes to getting into the kitchen today, which I am already in, I really want to make my own flatbreads. I love having like flatbread with beans and veggies and all that kind of stuff for lunch and for dinner, but I really wanted to learn how to make them myself. I've seen so many people doing it recently, and I was like, you know what? This is the thing that I need to do because it seems relatively straightforward, and it'll also mean less waste, because sometimes I find like I'm buying a packet of flatbreads and I can find it hard to get through all of them before they start going bad. So yeah, I really wanted to learn how to make them myself. I also feel like they'll just be like so much fresher and more delicious. And yeah, I guess we'll see how it turns out today, but I am really excited. Flatbreads taste as good as they look, I'm going to be making them very often because they were so ridiculously easy to make. And on these, I just very simply put some vegan mayo as well as some lettuce, tomato, cucumber. I had some leftover smoky chickpeas that I'd made, so I just heated those up in the air fryer and then put a little drizzle of barbecue sauce on top. And that's gonna be my lunch today. I'm so excited to try. I wish you could feel the texture of this bread because it already feels so soft and so fluffy. And I feel like it's just gonna make it taste really good. Please excuse how messy I feel like this is about to be. That bread is so good. And the smoky chickpea tastes so good in it as well. By the way, I will leave a link to the flatbread recipe that I followed in the description box, just in case you want to try it out at home as well. Wow, this watermelon water confuses me so much because I don't really like watermelon, but this stuff tastes so good, and it's literally just watermelon. It's just pulp-free watermelon and that's it. Anyway, I haven't had it in ages because you can't get it from anywhere near me, but I'm up on the Gold Coast this afternoon and I just popped into the health food store and did a little haul and they had one of these and I was like, this is perfect. It is such a warm afternoon. I need some hydration, and this stuff is just so good. So yes, I'm up on the Gold Coast this afternoon because I had a medical appointment, and then I'm going to watch my team and my friends play netball tonight. And so I'm kind of just filling in some time right now. And the thing that I love about coming to the Gold Coast, well, there are many things that I love about coming up a bit further north, including seeing my friends and being a part of communities and all of that kind of stuff, but there's also really good health food stores. I have like decent health food stores near me, but they don't have everything that I love. And regardless of where I travel to, I always like checking out health food stores. Like, I feel like whenever I go on holiday, it's like I plan so much of my trip around like trying vegan cafes and restaurants and going to check out health food stores and grocery stores. It's just like a hobby at this point. Anyway, I've got a little haul of stuff, so let me show you what I got. Okay, so the first couple of things that I got is this chickpea fettuccine and edamame spaghetti. My boyfriend and I love cooking with these, and so I saw them and I was like, must get them because I haven't seen them anywhere in a while. I've gotten to this point with my love for Loco Loves where I feel like I buy them every time I see them, but they're so popular now that I'm seeing them everywhere. But anyway, I ended up getting two today. At the moment, almond caramel crunch and salted caramel shortbread are my favorites. I mean, I just love caramel and chocolate together in general, but yeah, these are the two that I decided to get today. I also saw this sparkling coconut water, and it's by Bonsoy. It's passion fruit flavor. I am not a big coconut water girly. Actually, I'm just kind of like not a coconut water girly. I've never really enjoyed it, but I saw this and I was like, maybe if it's sparkling I'll like it more. And it's passion fruit flavored, and I just felt tempted to try it, so I'm gonna take this home and put it in the fridge and try it eventually and see if I end up liking it. And then I also got one of my favorite products, which is Koyo's chocolate coconut yogurt. Oh, I love this stuff so much, and whenever I find it I get it because I love just having it in the fridge to have with some fruit for dessert or for a sweet snack. It is so yum. If you see it, I definitely recommend trying it. And then the last two things that I got this vegan candy, which is like soft candy fruity flowers. Vegan. Look, I'm a candy girly and I just wanted to try these. I wonder if I've had them before because I feel like I've seen this branding before, but I can't really remember, so I got them to try. And then I also got this vegan Chucky egg, which looks like, what are those things that people have? It's called a cream egg. A Cadbury cream egg? Is that what it's called? I've never had one of those before because I was never interested, but I saw this like, yeah, vegan version of a cream egg and I was like, oh, I'll give it a go and see what it's like. So I also got that today. So that is my little haul. I am going to head up to the netball center now. I can't play tonight because I'm still in my recovery from my surgery and I need to take it easy, but I've decided to go to the courts a little bit before the game just to have like a little bit of a run around and shoot some hoops and just see how my body feels, because I really do have to be a bit intuitive as to when I'm ready to come back and sort of like, you know, work my way up fitness wise to getting back to playing a full game. And I feel like the first part of doing that is like having a little bit of a jog around, you know, and just seeing how my body feels shooting hoops and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna do that and catch up with some of my friends, which will be fun, and then also watch my team play, which I also just like, for me with like missing netball when I was away for my surgery, like a big part of it was playing, but a really big part of it as well was the community and just being around all of these people that I love playing with and being a part of a community with. So it'll be nice to see everyone and watch them play, and I'll have a bit of FOMO, I'm sure, but regardless, it'll just be nice to be around everyone and be there supporting them as well. So yes, cheers to that, and cheers to this watermelon water keeping me hydrated on this warm late summer, almost early autumn day. And yeah, we'll see how I go having my first little run around post surgery. It'll be interesting.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, I'll follow only golden.
Good morning. This morning I am out and about and I am running some errands, but these are like fun errands because something I realized whilst I had a lot of time off and I was really thinking about my home and how much I love the home and the space that my boyfriend and I have created. I was really thinking about how I want to make it more homely, and these are things that I've been, thinking about for a while. Like I really want to get into a bit more DIYing. I really want to add some more color to our space and this kind of thing. And so recently I was like really thinking about that, and then my boyfriend and I were talking about it and the fact that we want to kind of like finish furnishing the place. We've lived in our place for over 6 months now, but with the chaos of the last 6 months and preparing for my surgery, it really just hasn't been at the forefront of our mind to finish setting up our space, I suppose. And we really love the place that we live in, and we're really hoping that we're able to stay there. So we're kind of thinking now's the time to really like pour the love into that space and to finish furnishing and decorating it. And so today I am at Bunnings. I want to look for a couple of things, mainly just some stuff to be able to, so like hooks and stuff to be able to hang art on the walls. But as well as that, I want to try and find like some nice handles. I have some furniture that I got from the op shop that I really like, but there are some ways that I kind of want to like stylistic changes I want to make. And I was thinking that like I feel like I could make my office area in particular, like my desk area, a lot more of an inviting space to work in. So that's definitely like a goal for today, and a like just goal in general at the moment. Like one of the first things I want to do is really like get my office space looking good. So I really want to try and find like some handles to change the handles on the drawers, and potentially just find some things to make it a more functional workspace. I don't really know. I'm kind of going into that open-minded. And then for our lounge room, we recently got a second couch from our friends, and so I need to get like a tall floor lamp. I'm going to go to the op shop, fingers crossed, hoping there might be a floor lamp there. I know that I'm really reaching with that, but if I don't find a floor lamp, it's pretty much guaranteed I'll find some sort of cute homely thing at the op shop, because I feel like I always do. So Bunnings op shop outing this morning. I just hope that I can make some fun changes to the space today and kind of get the ball rolling, and maybe find some cool stuff at the op shop as well. We'll see how we go.
Golden things. Mountain Laurel high fives for miles in spring.
I went to 5 op shops today and I didn't find one thing that was right for what I was looking for. Honestly, I feel like most of the places that I went to didn't have a lot of homewares in general. So yeah, I didn't end up getting like anything. I saw one vase that I liked, but I was like, do I really need another vase basically? Yeah, I didn't get anything from any op shops, and I really want to, well I should say we, because my boyfriend and I really wanted to try and source as many things secondhand in our home, which is what we definitely are continuing to do. So I'll probably start looking at Facebook Marketplace and see if I can find any a secondhand floor lamp is really the priority. And I would love to get your opinions on what I should do with this desk area. First things first, I'll show you what I got from Bunnings, which is really not that exciting. I got a doormat because we needed one for our balcony, and then I got a whole lot of like extension leads and power banks and stuff, because we don't have that many power points in this house, and we have a lot of things that we currently don't have plugged in that ideally would be. So finally got those, when you've had something on your to-do list for so long. And then I ended up getting some handles. So these are the handles that I want to replace on the desk. They're just a little bit like kind of rusted, and I don't love the silver basically. Like everything else about this desk is exactly what I need, but stylistically I don't love the silver. So honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to DIY stuff, and I was tossing up between two different little handles. So I just ended up getting these gold look ones. I got two of them, and I was tossing up between these or these white ones, which I think I took a clip of, but the white ones were like a little one. There would only be one hole in the thing, and these ones are two, and they're like a really similar size. Wow, that's gonna look so much better. So I just thought that it would be better rather than like, if I put like a circle one, I would still have these holes. Again, I'm really new to DIY. I'm sure I could probably find a way to fill those holes rather than having to hide them, but this is the beginning of my DIY era. So, and quite honestly, I feel like in these kind of situations is when I can be a little bit, for lack of a better word, chaotic and just try and do things even though I don't know how to do them basically. Oh wow, how am I going to do this? Am I going to need a drill? Anyway, so my plan is to replace these with these gold handles. I feel like it's going to look really good. And then I need to figure out what else to do with this desk area. So let me show you what we've got. So this is my little desk area, and to be honest, I feel like it's looking the best that it's looked at the moment because I actually moved like a plant in here, and how cute is this? My friend Bray got it for me for Christmas because we love watching Sex and the City together, my group of friends. Anyway, so my vision is that I really wanted my desk against the wall because I recently moved it. It used to be against the window and I liked looking out, but I really wanted to have some wall space so that I can like put a calendar up there and a mood board and things like that, and just make it more of an inspiring place to work essentially, because sometimes I can find myself working from the couch because I feel like I'm more inspired downstairs than in this space. Anyway, I really would like to get some kind of like, I've seen people have like a pad that they sort of put their laptop on and all of that kind of stuff, and I just kind of want to decorate it a bit and, like I said, do some mood boards and stuff like that. So if you have any ideas of ways that you know, if you are someone who works from home, if you feel like you've been able to make your space more creatively inspiring and stuff like that, I would love to hear. I'm definitely working with a small space, but I really want to make it work and make it an inspiring place for me to sit down and edit and do all of my admin and stuff like that. Okay, so I've managed to remove the handles from the drawers, but I am going to need to use my boyfriend's drill to drill holes to put these ones on because they're not the exact same size. So that's something I'm going to have to do this weekend, I think. I've also been thinking recently about how I would love to tile some furniture, and I'm really thinking that our coffee table downstairs would be like perfect to be tiled. I kind of like the look of something like this, and there were so many cute tiles that I saw today, but I honestly have no idea where to start. I think I need to definitely like watch some DIY people on the internet and like try and learn a bit about how to do it, because I really do want to start being able to do these creative things myself, but I definitely feel like I lack the confidence and the knowledge. That's just a thought that I'm having at the moment, and I really just want to like invest a lot of time and energy into furnishing our space because we love this home so much. Like, I've really been reflecting on how much I love living in this area. I love the home that my boyfriend and I have been creating, and yeah, it was really nice to reflect on that while I was away. I just saw out of the corner of my eye, I probably haven't showed this, my best friend Ellen, who lives in Tassie, she made this for me for my birthday that was in November, and it's so cute. I've got it on my desk. It's just all these Polaroids of us, and we just have so many good photos and so many nice memories together. Anyway, I just saw that and I wanted to share it. I've just seen this on Pinterest as well, which I really like. That, like, I don't really know how to describe that. So many cute ideas, and if anyone can recommend or give me any tips or recommend people that you follow that make this kind of stuff, that would be really cool, because I really think that this is the project I want to set myself. I would have loved to include more furnishing in this vlog. I really thought I was going to be so lucky at the op shop today. Anyway, it's actually almost dinner time. In between doing work today and filming and going to all those shops, I just feel like today has completely gotten away from me. But for dinner tonight, I'm going to make this caramelized onion pasta that I'm literally obsessed with. It's so yum. I recently had this idea to make it because I love caramelized onions so much, and honestly it is so ridiculously good. It's like a creamy caramelized onion pasta. So I'm gonna make that for dinner tonight. I'll probably put some veggies through it too, whatever I have on hand at the moment, but yes, it should be very, very delicious.